African news now. Provincial authorities said the flood alert continues for communities along the ETHIOPIA River as the Krasiawu Reservoir in the northeastern part of the province has reached capacity, forcing officials to release water into its already swollen stream. Many areas in northern and central Thailand have been flooded since September, and after tropical storm Dianmu and seasonal monsoon rains brought huge amounts of rainwater to the region. More than 300,000 homes in 32 provinces have been affected, while the capital Bangkok has so far escaped any major flooding. The Thai Meteorological Department said parts of Thailand will continue to receive seasonal monsoon rains over the next 10 days. Ethiopian forces hit the Tigrayan capital Mekele with airstrikes on Monday, humanitarian officials and diplomats told AFP, in a new phase of the newly year-long war in the country's north. There are the reports air raids in Mekele since the conflict erupted in November last year, although there have been others in the Tigray region. Airstrike now in Mekele, one humanitarian official in the city said via SMS to AFP on condition of anonymity, describing attacks also confirmed by a second humanitarian source, two diplomats and a rebel spokesman. The first air raid occurred in the morning on the outskirts of Mekele near a cement factory. The second took place around midday in the city center near the Planet Hotel, often used by top officials from the Tigray People's Liberation Front, the region's former ruling party, and the target of a government military operation since November 2020. Foreign news now. Italian police used water cannons and tear gas on Monday to clear a sit-in protest to the port of Trieste, where opponents of the government's mandatory COVID-19 health pass have tried to block access. The northeastern port has been the focal point of protests in Italy over the introduction of new rules last Friday that required all workers either to show proof of vaccination or a negative coronavirus test or recent recovery from infection. Police in full riot gear moved in on Monday after several hundreds dock workers disrupted access to one of the main gates of Italy's largest commercial port. The crowds were pushed aside by jets of water, followed by volleys of tear gas. Many of them headed towards the city's main square to continue their protest in front of government offices. Now, leaders in South Indian state of Kerala opened near overflowing dams on Monday after at least 22 people died when heavy rain slashed the state over the weekend. Rainfall across the state led to flash floods and landslides in several areas, where the Indian Army and Navy called out to rescue residents. Opening dams could reduce the risk of potentially catastrophic overflows like those partly blamed for the state's worst floods in a century in 2018, when at least 400 people were killed and 200,000 others displaced. But by releasing water downstream, the move could also worsen the situation in areas already experiencing floods. Authorities have already opened smaller dams to prevent flooding, while State Power Minister K. Krishna Kuti said in a statement the Idukki Dam, the state's largest, will also be opened if the rains continue. At least 13 people were killed by a landslide in Kotikal village.